I hope y'all are doing great today because we got a lot to talk about. Now, right off the bat, I gotta ask y'all something that might sound a little wild. But since we just saw that Papoose tattoo pop up, I have been wondering, is there a goo tattoo? Like, seriously, I need to know. I'm not just out here making wild guesses, I'm legit curious. So stay tuned because I'm about to spill everything I know and maybe even uncover some exclusive details you didn't expect. This internet tea is piping hot, and you definitely don't want to miss a single second. Keep your eyes peeled because what's coming next is going to keep you on your toes. And if you know me, you know I love to play the internet games. That's right, all the internet drama, all the sneaky looks, all the unexpected reveals. Work here for it, and trust me, it's gonna be good. Okay, but before we dive deeper, let me give you a little sneak peek into what's been going on behind the scenes. We always try to keep things fresh and a little bit wild around here, so I had to give you all a glimpse, just a little something to get your appetite whetted for the full story. There's nothing wrong with that, right? A little preview never hurt nobody. But no tattoos on me this week, sorry to disappoint. I know y'all love seeing those, but sometimes you gotta keep them guessing and keep the suspense alive. That's the vibe we're running with. Now, switching gears, I gotta get real for a second about something that's been buzzing hard on the internet, and that's Claressa Shields. I'm seeing way too many people out here blaming or shading Claressa just because she's dark-skinned, and I am so over that narrative. That's lazy hate, and it's time to call it out. No, people aren't dragging her because of her skin tone. They're calling her out because, let's be honest, she can be pretty annoying. Like, straight up, the girl talks nonstop about how much money she's got, flexing that bag like it's the only thing that defines her. But here's the tea. If you got all that coin, why aren't you investing in a tailor or a seamstress to make sure your clothes actually fit you? You're showing up looking rough around the edges, and it just doesn't add up. It's not about her skin color at all. It's about her energy, her attitude, and the fact that she just talks way too much and rubs some folks the wrong way. She's not ugly, she's not bad Bill, but she is annoying, and it's about time someone said it. Alright, now let's get into the big headline that's got the internet buzzing harder than ever. Gorilla's birthday celebration in Mexico. Let me tell you, this wasn't your average party. Gorilla just turned 26, and she went all out, turning the whole nightclub upside down. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just the wild celebration that caught people's attention. No, what had everyone talking was who she was celebrating with. That's right, folks, cameras caught Gorilla getting real close and cozy with none other than Toronto Raptors player Brandon Ingram. And no, this wasn't some casual meet and greet. These two were wrapped up in each other like they were slow dancing at prom, completely locked in, swaying like nobody else in that club even existed. The vibe was real and the chemistry, off the charts. Now, of course, when something spicy like this goes down, you know phones are out everywhere, trying to capture every second. The security was doing their best to block people from snapping pics or filming. But y'all know how that goes. If someone wants to get a video, they will get a video. And sure enough, by the next morning, clips were all over social media, zoomed in, slowed down, analyzed frame by fans and haters alike. And here's the real kicker. Multiple eyewitnesses say Gorilla and Brandon left the club together around 3 a.m., holding hands like it was date night. That's not just friends being friendly. That's a whole new relationship chapter opening up right in front of us. Now let me break it down for you with some context. Brandon Ingram is 27 years old, standing tall at a massive 6 foot 8 inches. That's NBA star level height. Gorilla, on the other hand, is around 5 foot 6 or 5 foot 7, which is pretty average for a woman, but next to Brandon, she looks tiny. Honestly, a lot of folks always thought she was shorter, like 5'1" or 5'2", but it turns out she's actually a little taller than that. Still, when you see the two of them side by side, that height difference is pretty wild. It's giving those classic beauty and the baller vibes, and honestly, I'm here for it. It's about time Gorilla stepped out with someone she can be seen with publicly, someone who's got the looks, the status, and the height to match. And if you ask me, Brandon seems like a great upgrade from whatever chapter she had behind the scenes before. Speaking of upgrades, word on the street was that Gorilla had a man behind the scenes before all this, but it looks like that story is closed. Now she's vibing with Brandon, who's not only a tall NBA star, but also easy on the eyes. Fans online are losing their minds trying to figure out if this is her official new boo or just some friendly vibe. But from what we've seen, the holding hands, the cozy dance, the late night exit together, I'm leaning toward this being the real deal. But hey, I want to hear what you think. Is Gorilla officially booed up with Brandon Ingram, or is this just a friendship that's got people talking? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is definitely a story to keep watching. Alright, now let's get back to Claressa Shields and Papoose because this one is a whole mess and I gotta unpack it for y'all. So just this past Friday, during the weigh-in for her big fight on Saturday, Claressa rolled up making a statement. She was looking fierce in a one-piece Gucci swimsuit. And honey, she definitely caught the camera's attention. But it wasn't just the swimsuit that had people talking. No, what really blew up the internet was the fact that she had the top part of the swimsuit slightly lifted, just under her chest, and right there was a tattoo of Papoose's name. Yes, you heard me right. The rapper Papoose's name inked right on her body. Now, I can't post the full video here because of YouTube's strict rules, but trust me, the moment was wild. The zoomed-in clip went viral, and once it hit the blogs, Claressa's name was everywhere, trending and getting called out from every angle. But here's the thing, a lot of people aren't just upset because of the tattoo. They're upset because Papoose is still married to Remy Ma. And this whole situation with Claressa and Papoose has people side-eyeing her hard. The tattoo made it feel like she's staking her claim loud and clear, and that has people talking for all kinds of reasons. Now, if you thought the tattoo drama was enough, let me tell you about Claressa's energy. A lot of folks have been saying that her attitude is just too much, cocky, bold, and sometimes downright obnoxious. And while that kind of energy might work inside the boxing ring, outside of it, it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. Especially since this whole thing with Papoose and Remy Ma adds fuel to the fire. When you mix a messy relationship with an already strong personality, it's bound to get messy. And some folks aren't here for it. They think Claressa talks way too much and acts like she's the baddest thing on the planet now that she's got a man. Like, where was this energy before? It's almost like she needed someone to boost her confidence, and now that she has that, she's turned up the volume big time. And honestly, some of it comes off cringy as hell. And don't even get me started on the whole tattoo flex. Claressa actually lifted her swimsuit to show off the Papoose tattoo on her chest. Like, girl, what are you doing? That's doing too much. Papoose gotta be feeling some kind of way about that, and if he's smart, he's trying to keep her chill. Because from what it looks like, she is losing it. I'm talking about losing control, losing chill, just wild and out all over social media. And if this relationship doesn't work out, Lord have mercy, because this kind of drama is not gonna be pretty. I see why Remy Ma was out here cussing her ass out. Claressa is definitely rubbing people the wrong way, and that's putting it lightly. Okay, let me get a little real here. I need somebody to educate me, right? Because I'm seeing the Claressa hate train everywhere, and I'm trying to understand it. Why are people so mad at her? Because she's with Papoose? Like, sure, he was married to Remy Ma, but he's obviously moved on, or at least trying to. Why would he want to go back to Remy after everything? People say he put Remy on a pedestal, changed her image, made her this big star, and now he's just up and leaving for Claressa? That sounds off to me. However, what's particularly interesting about Claressa's reveal is the idea that Papoose checks out her Instagram. In today's digital age, social media isn't just about scrolling. It's a way to stay connected, but it can also be a way of holding onto something or someone emotionally. When someone frequently looks at a partner's posts, photos, stories, or updates, it can indicate longing, nostalgia, or even a bit of jealousy. For Papoose, who's known as a family man and very protective of his relationship with Remy, this behavior could show a deep emotional investment, a need to stay connected even when they might not be physically together all the time. It's a small but telling gesture that reminds us how social media plays a role in modern relationships, especially for public figures. Let's talk about Remy Ma's Instagram presence for a second. Remy has used her social platforms to showcase everything from her career highlights to her family life, her reflections on the industry, and her personal growth. She's very active and transparent with her fans, which makes her Instagram a living diary of her journey. For Papoose, watching all this unfold through stories and posts could be a way to stay emotionally in tune with her day-to-day life. It also speaks to how tight their relationship is. Even when they're not physically together, they're mentally and emotionally linked. This can be both beautiful and complicated because it means Papoose's feelings are constantly being reminded and perhaps reignited by what he sees online. Now you might be wondering, does this mean there's drama? Is there trouble in paradise? Actually, Claressa's comments seem to suggest the opposite. There's no indication that Papoose's feelings are causing issues. Rather, it's more about genuine love and ongoing admiration. In fact, this could mean that Papoose's connection to Remy Ma is stronger than ever. But it also raises interesting questions about boundaries and privacy in relationships where social media plays such a huge role. How do couples balance public sharing with private emotions? How does someone's online activity affect their partner's feelings? These are questions many people can relate to, especially in the spotlight. Claressa's insight here is powerful because she's not just speculating, she's speaking from observation and experience. She's seen how Papoose reacts, how he talks about Remy, and how invested he is emotionally. When she says he still loves Remy, it carries weight. It's a confirmation that their bond is very real and very present. For fans who have followed their journey, this adds a heartful angle to their story, reminding us that love in celebrity relationships is just as complex and genuine as anywhere else. All right, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Papoose's ongoing love for Remy Ma? Do you think social media check-ins like this are healthy, or could they complicate things? Have you ever found yourself checking on someone you care about online, and how did that make you feel? Let me know in the comments below because I'm super curious to get your perspective on this. Looking at hip-hop history, power couples like Jay-Z and Beyoncé, Nas and Kellis, or more recently Cardi B and Offset have all faced the challenges of love under the microscope. Papoose and Remy Ma's story stands out because of the incredible loyalty and support they've shown each other through some of life's toughest moments. Claressa's comments just highlight how those feelings don't disappear with time or fame. Love, it seems, is often deeper than what the headlines show. Honestly, I'm on Team Claressa because this girl is on the rise. She's a world champion boxer, a real one, grinding and making moves. So why shame her for being with someone? The hate just seems wild and unnecessary. People love to pick sides, but I'm here saying let people live their lives. If Claressa is happy, let her be happy. But hey, that's just my take. I want to know what you think. Is Claressa really annoying, or is she just getting caught up in all this drama with Papoose? Sound off in the comments below, cause this is definitely one for the books.